Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
My friend, are you being a good host? I have found lately, as I have explored my body and begun another fast of sorts, another detox, another letting go, another releasing, I have been finding out that I have been a bad host. But also I've been finding that for most of my life, I was a very, very, very good host. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, my friend, there are different types of bacteria. And we'll narrow this down to bacteria of the body. There is good bacteria and bad bacteria. I'll let you do your own research on the differences between good bacteria and bad bacteria. Now, we can be very good hosts. For bacteria is really kind of like us in a way. Bacteria has life. It is a living organism that wants to live. Life wants to live. And if you can imagine wanting to live, then you can imagine how bacteria must feel. Why would something, especially an organism that is alive, want to die? It wants to live, even if it comes at the expense of another life form or another organism. So, my friend, are you being a good host? I think you see where I'm going with this. For there was an episode recently that I put here on the podcast. The body has the cure for its own sickness, in which I explained a method that I've been using lately to eradicate bad bacteria. And it's working. I can feel it working as I live and breathe. As I speak to you on this podcast, it's happening right now. And as more and more pandemonium is going around over the pandemic, it becomes more and more essential that we learn about health and about being good hosts. But not being good hosts to bad bacteria. See, imagine bad bacteria in the shape of a vampire. And imagine you own a building. Let's say this building is a grand hotel, right? It is a grand Ritz-Carlton hotel. 5 stars. And you go to each room and you you find that there's a room upstairs. Something's going on in this room. They're causing commotion in this room, right? And so they tell you, please go up to this room and can you ask them to either leave the building or do something about this noise? So ding, you go up the elevator, you knock on the door and say, hi, can I help you? Hi, yes, good evening. I heard that there was a disturbance. Is everything all right? And the occupants of the room, the bacteria, say, oh yes, everything is perfectly fine. And you notice as they say this that they are vampires. Their lips are dripping with blood. Their fangs are bared as he talks to you. And he's like, oh, everything's perfectly fine. Thank you so much for the hospitality. There's a chocolate on every pillow. There's also a bag of blood. We love this place. This is a wonderful, wonderful hotel. Thank you for being such a good host. And you say, oh, okay. Well, apologies, and give me a ring if you need anything. The bacteria shuts the door on you. See, this hotel is our body. Many of us are being good hosts for bad bacteria. I did it most all my life. Now, this is not telling you what to do with your body or how to be, but letting you know that for the longest time in my experience, in my journey, I ate various types of meat, chicken, just all around, poultry. I used to eat rotisserie chickens whole, not understanding, being very ignorant of the life form that I was consuming and the life energy that it was consuming. Because there's always a price to pay, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, a karmic debt. If we rob the life of another life form, it will rob us. So, my friend, I ask you, are you being a good host? Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast, here in Sherman Oaks, California. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you received a kind message today, an entertaining message, letting you know that you do not have to be the best host for bad bacteria. You can expel that bacteria from your body. It need not live there. But through our decisions, our choices, everything, every cause has an effect. Live at the cause, you can change the effect. Live at the effect, you'll be affected by every cause. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, doing all that they can to work with their body and be the best host for good bacteria and not bad bacteria. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your first time hearing this, definitely subscribe if you are not already. But if you feel compelled to support the podcast, then consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting it there is much appreciated. Much love to you. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care, my friend. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor. But do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.